Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Underground, thunder bounce when I stop the ground. Like a million elephants, a silverback orangutan. You can't stop the train. Who wants to don't come? Welcome to the jungle. We got what it takes. We got everything you want. Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue. Run to the hills. Run now. Let the body hit the floor. Let the body hit the floor. Let the body hit the
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Monday's edition of Liquid Lunch. As always, I'm your host, Pi, and for the second straight week, I'm joined by my beautiful assistant, Bobby. What's up, Bobby?
Oh, thanks, Pi. What's up, man?
Not much. How was your weekend, brother?
It was good.
What'd you do? What'd you get up to?
Well, I really didn't do shit except kind of clean and pack all weekend, but it was stress-free.
Nice. That's always good, a stress-free weekend. How was you guys' weekend? I hope you guys didn't get into too much trouble. Didn't get arrested for no crazy naked shit. I had kind of a chill that weekend. I didn't really do much. I worked a shit ton behind the scenes on the radio station stuff, like admin type shit. Some more preparations with Redleg for the Colorado trip for the Freedom Arm Festival going on the 14th of October. I kind of reached out to somebody who we may have as a special guest on the Friday show. I'm not sure yet. It's not confirmed. So I still got to work out them details. But if it goes through, it's huge. It'll be huge. I can't do the Donald Trump voice, but as good as it gets. Oh, shit. Speaking of Donald Trump, there's a debate campaign thing going on tonight. You hear about that, Bobby?
I did. I heard that the two idiots are going to debate about who's going to be the shittier president.
Yes. So, as always in great Pi fashion, I was kind of running a bit late for the show today. I mean, it's Monday. Do you expect any less? And I woke up to our WTF Nation Radio Ops channel talking about some shit. And it's this is a real thing, and I think it's fucking awesome. Now, it's not something we promote or any of that kind of shit, but it's great because it involves drinking. If you go after the show, of course, if you head on over to debatedrinking.com, they have a legit fucking website. Like, it looks pretty fucking cool. The idea behind this thing is is to create a drinking game out of the debate. So the debate happens in 8 hours, 50 minutes. And the rules are simple. Each candidate will have a few words unique to him or her. In addition, each debate will have a few community words. So you select your candidate, whether you want to be Trump or Hillary or, whatever. Because, it's a game. So just fucking pick one. It doesn't matter if you're voting for them or not. Just fucking pick one. And then you listen for your candidates to say his or her specific words, and listen for every candidate to say a community word. If any candidate says a community word, everybody drinks. And because it's got the potential to be a huge drinking game, they define drinking or a drink as a gulp of beer or a sip of wine or liquor. And then it also goes to say, know your limits, be responsible when drinking, which I don't think any of the WTF Nation radio staff knows how to do. It then gives a list of words, the candidates and their drunk cues. So if you decide to pick Hillary Clinton, anytime she says family, middle class, if she coughs, if she says Russia, women, or together, you take a drink. If you pick Donald Trump, anytime he says tremendous, believe me, well, oh, that fucking does it right there. I mean, go get like 2 or 3 cases. Anytime he says tremendous, believe me, China, failed, excuse me, or bigly, or big league, then you take a drink. And the 3 community words, anytime anyone says judgment, plan, or Reagan, as in Ronald Reagan, everybody drinks. So I guess there's going to be like a little team. I guess the guys that came up with this game, they're going to be doing this shit live, which will be pretty cool. They got like a magic scoreboard type thing going on. It's on YouTube. So it's like 7 hours, 47 minutes, and 41 seconds from now, which would be pretty cool. I don't know if Red Lake's planning to do this or not tonight, but it'd be kind of interesting if we could have like maybe a moderator, like maybe like Carls can kind of jump in, and every time someone triggers one of the words, then he just calls it out, and everyone drinks as needed.
To get through this debate, I'm gonna have to choose both candidates.
Yeah. I was watching John Oliver last week tonight with John Oliver, and he was kind of going through both of their scandals because they both had a pretty decent amount of scandals. I think more scandals than any presidential nominee ever. And to be honest, they're both fucking ridiculous with like the scandals that are coming out. I got nothing. It's hard to believe that one of these two are gonna be the fucking president of the United States shortly. Well,
Right in, Red Leg. Just do it.
yeah, that's what we should do. We should put together a team for like the next election, and just no shit go out and campaign.
Our campaign budget would be 0.
Well, what we could do is just turn up whenever one of these two idiots campaign and just set up a stall outside of their shit, because thousands of people are already going to be there, and then you just set up your stall and then you're good to go. So everyone that passes to go see their shit is already seeing your shit. There. That takes half the fucking job out of it. See, that's
It's genius.
That's the kind of thinking we need in America, boys and girls. Oh, shit. There you go. So I'll be the campaign manager for you guys. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, they're saying you're too loud and I'm not loud enough. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on here. Everything's all dicked up. It's Monday. What do you guys expect?
It is Monday.
Yeah. So I don't know what's happening. Everything's I don't know. Like, I haven't touched this shit since Friday. Like, no one's been in the studio, no one's touched shit, and all of a sudden, like, all the buttons are dicked up. So I don't know what's going on. So today on the show, we got some pretty cool articles, and we also got "Do You Even America, Bro?" The game we're starting to play every Monday. I think the first time we played it like 2 weeks ago, it took like no shit about 45 minutes for somebody to get the correct answers. Now, granted, Reptimum kind of screwed up the answers a bit, but I guess it was got eventually. I think Howie answered the correct one for the weird question that was messed up, and then you, Bobby, you took it home and yeah.
Yeah, Howie had it up until the Senators.
Yeah, Howie, how do you know how do you not know there's 100 senators? Come on, bro, it's 2 for each state. But there you go. And then last week it was grabbed up pretty quick. So let's see if you guys can snatch it up pretty quick this weekend. I actually forgot about it, believe it or not. I mean, that's not hard to believe. So Bobby put the questions together this week. So that'll be coming up soon, within the next like half hour, 45 minutes or so. So make sure you stick around for that. I got an article here that one of the main page crew kind of threw out. A Walmart worker refuses to make a cop's retirement cake. 3 Walmart workers in McDonough, Georgia, refused to decorate a thin blue line cake for a police officer's retirement party because they said it was racist. It was literally a black cake with a blue line across the center, and it said Blue Lives Matter. A number of Georgia readers alerted me to the story, and on Saturday night I spoke directly with the police officer's daughter. She asked that I'd not divulge her name, and I've agreed to do that, said the reporter. This is on the foxnews.com website. It goes on to say, I was so shocked. I didn't know what to do or say or anything. I was trying not to lose my temper or make a scene. For the record, Walmart has confessed that most of her allegations are true. Our goal is to always take care of customers, but sometimes we misstep. We're glad we're able to connect with the family to apologize and make this right, the retailer said in a statement. And then the article kind of goes on a bit. But the police officer's daughter went to Walmart on Willow Drive on September 22nd to order a flag for her father's retirement party. He was leaving the force after 25 years on the job. She showed the bakers a photograph of the police officer's flag, the black and white version of Old Glory with a blue line. One of the bakers told me the design could be perceived as racist and nobody feels comfortable decorating the cake. As an alternative, she suggested a chocolate frosted cake with a horizontal frosted blue line. But the design was also rejected by Walmart's cake decorator. She said, I don't feel comfortable doing this, the cop's daughter told me. I asked her if there is something wrong with cops. After being rejected for a third time, the 21-year-old told the bakers, I'll find another bakery, thank you. She was definitely much more fucking polite than I would have been. The daughter goes on to say, I was disappointed. I go to Walmart all the time, at least once a week, and spend hundreds of dollars. I just wanted to make my dad a cake to show how much I appreciated him. A friend of the family posted an item about the incident on Facebook, and it wasn't long before the Walmart store manager called the police officer's wife and daughter and apologized. He said he was so sorry, and he offered to make the cake free of charge and gave me a $50 gift card. As I said, the Walmart corporate office confirmed most of this story. They said, our goal is to always take care of our customers, but sometimes we misstep. We're glad we're able to connect with the family to apologize and make this right. Walmart did not say if one of their associates called the cake racist. I can confirm an associate made a mistake that has since been corrected for the customer. So how did Walmart right their wrong? The answer to that question is going to curdle your Fruit Loops. Wow. I'm starting to like this article. The manager offered to make...
Curdle your Fruit Loops.
Yeah. The manager offered to make and decorate a new cake, but there was just one problem. The cake decorators refused to comply. So the cake decorators even told the manager to go fuck themselves. How about fire them and hire someone that wants to do their fucking job? So the manager told the daughter that he would decorate the cake, but it looked terrible. The police officer's daughter said it doesn't look professional. I've attached photos of the Walmart's handiwork. It's absolutely embarrassing and unacceptable. I work in retail, the officer's daughter told the journalist. If I didn't want to deal with a customer and said no, I would get fired. Unfortunately, her father's retirement party is Sunday night, so there's no time to go elsewhere. It irritates me that in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Walmart was looted and the cops were protecting them. And you can't make a cake for the people who are protecting you. Walmart needs to make this right, and they can start by delivering a professionally decorated cake to the police officer's family. The 3 cake decorators need to be told either decorate the cake or they're to be fired. Just because Walmart is the home of low prices doesn't mean they have to hire a bunch of low-class anti-cop bigots. And I think the article's fucking right. You know, if,
I do too. I don't understand how it's racist.
Hey, thanks, Howie. Howie threw the article out there for you guys on Facebook Live. Bobby, remind me to post the link up after the show for everyone who's listening, who's not on Facebook Live, or if they're on YouTube, so they can check the article as well. But yeah, you're right. I don't know how it's racist. It's literally a black... Now, the picture you see is the one that the store manager made after his fucking workers refused to do it. So it looks kind of shitty, but I mean, that's the basics of it, really. I think the original design included the American flag. So you had the American flag and then the blue line going across, just like the patch is kind of depicted, and then it says like Blue Lives Matter. I don't see how that is fucking racist one little bit. Now, if I wanted to go in and get a Black Lives Matter fucking cake, is that racist? It better fucking not be. Well, it better be. If this kind of cake is classed as racist, then that fucking cake better be racist. But the way of the world, it probably wouldn't be. No. It's fucking ridiculous. You know,
I don't know anybody who defines their race as blue.
Yeah, there's that as well. Unless you're a fucking Smurf, and I haven't met one in about 20 years. Last time I seen a Smurf was on fucking TV. But yeah, the companies need to start stepping up and taking fucking control of their workforce. Because if you let fucking shitheads like this dictate the type of business your company is going to do, you're allowing yourself to put that business in the realm of political arguments, I guess. Maybe that's the wrong way of saying it. But workers are essentially saying, hey, this company is, pro this, anti this, or anti this, pro that. Where in essence, the company, any company, should be fucking neutral. Now, yeah, I got it. Workers, individual people have their own opinions. It is what it is. Now, unless it's straight up racist, and by that, I don't mean a Confederate flag. I mean, the N-word or some shit like that, then yes. Yeah, I completely understand that. But this, or even a Confederate flag, I mean, come on. You're now allowing your workers to dictate the company policy of the political fucking environment. We're pro this, we're anti that. So,
You know what's bullshit about that? I bet they would have made an ISIS flag cake.
yeah. There was that reminds me. I think there was a fucking ISIS flag cake that was made at Walmart at one point. I remember reading an article about it. Man, it was a while back. I can't remember the details, but I'm pretty sure someone went into a Walmart, had an ISIS cake made. Walmart made the cake. And then I can't remember if the person legitimately wanted the cake or if they were doing it just to see if it would be made. But there was blowback from that. And apparently the cake decorator, whoever made the cake, didn't know about ISIS, didn't understand what it was. They were kind of ignorant to the fact, which doesn't surprise me because most fucking people are ignorant to the shit that doesn't involve them. But yeah, so Walmart had to make a huge apology to that, and I guess they done some corrective training or awareness training as to not make them type of cakes again.
Yeah, Alex in the Facebook live chat said that they did it because Walmart refused to make the Confederate flag.
You know, there you go. Howie's on the ball today. Appreciate it, Howie. There's the link for the ISIS flag Walmart made. I still don't get the Confederate flag being racist. Now, I understand the whole kind of North-South racism thing. I got all that. But the flag itself doesn't symbolize racism. I know certain groups use it, like such as the KKK. I know they use a Confederate flag for their little stupid shit. But that doesn't mean it's a racist flag or a symbol of racism. If you look at the Nazi Germany, Hitler used the swastika. That particular symbol, they stole that from, I think it was like the pagans or something. Like before Nazi Germany ever existed, that symbol existed and was used as something else that was completely non-violent, completely non-racist. It was used for like religion or some kind of crap. It actually meant something decent. And then when Nazi Germany was born, they stole that symbol and used it for their cause. And now it's looked at as, you know, a symbol of oppression and hate and all that kind of stuff. I don't see the same for the Confederate flag. And that's just me from an outside point of view. I wasn't brought up in America. So a lot of my views are kind of different from most people, I guess, because I can see the outsider's point of view. I could understand how some people may feel that way, but by that some people I mean people that lived in the racism era, the people that were directly affected by racism, not what people nowadays perceive as racism, or because you're of a particular color you feel you're being persecuted or oppressed or whatever the case may be. I read not an article, it's more of a post on Facebook. Now, I know Facebook isn't the freaking Bible. I know everything on Facebook isn't true. Although it may be because it's on the internet. But there was this old, like, 70-something black guy who lives in the South who was essentially talking about these idiots running around rioting nowadays because of the racism and the oppression and shit. He essentially said these idiots know nothing about it. I lived through it. I've never been arrested in my life because I learned how to respect people. And if you respect people, 99% of the time, they will respect you back regardless of color or position or whatever the case may be. And I think it's true. You know, a lot of the older generation people, you know, blacks and whites, you know, were in that racism era where racism was alive and well, where, you know, people couldn't go into certain parts of the town, couldn't go into certain buildings, couldn't do certain things because it was a white man only type thing. They lived through racism. They dealt with that every single day of their life. And they helped to change that. I don't know exactly. I'm not a history buff or guru on, you know, the civil rights movement and all that kind of stuff. But I'm pretty safe to say there were maybe, you know, a few violent outbreaks here and there. But for the most part, it was all a peaceful way of doing things. And that's what eventually changed the way of life. Doing it the way everyone's doing it now, which is tearing shit up, isn't going to solve anything. If anything, it's only going to make it worse. Because the police still have a job to do. They don't care if you're protesting peacefully or you're protesting or rioting. They don't care. They have a job to do, and they're going to do their job according to the way it should be done. So if you're protesting peacefully, I mean, they're still going to be out there. But, I mean, they probably ain't going to do anything because, you're protesting peacefully. If you're rioting, they're still going to be out there, and the chances of them pulling out some some gas or hoses or beating the living crap out of you probably gets higher and higher the more you destroy crap. So, yeah, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So, yeah, I mean, really think about your choices, boys and girls.
Everybody throws it out there. Like, even when they peaceful protest, the cops are still out there. Yeah, because you're kind of marching down the middle of a busy road and they don't want you to get hit by cars. Also, they want to make sure that you're not going to turn violent. They don't care that you're peacefully protesting. They just want to make sure that it doesn't turn into something bad.
Well, yes. I mean, you have the protection and prevention. So the cops are there, one, for your protection, to make sure you guys are okay as far as traffic control, no outsiders come in and try and mess your crap up, and two, they're there just in case something does go wrong. And look at this for a prime example, the Texas protesting that was going on. For the most part, that entire protest was peaceful. It was great from start to almost finish. Like they walked the route and everything. They are almost at the finish point. That was the predetermined point to finish the protest. They were almost there, and then shots went out, and we all know how that happened. So what if the police weren't there at that time? Then what? I mean, would people still have been shot? What would have been the response time? I mean, there's a reason cops are there. They're not there to oppress you, to make crap even worse. They're there to protect and make sure everything goes okay. Make sure you have a safe protest or a safe event. And they're there to make sure they deal with the situation as soon as something happens. So, yeah. I know. Ridiculous. I don't understand how some people think.
Their mindsets don't align with mine because common sense isn't common in the world. So.
Yeah. I wonder when that happened. Common sense stopped becoming common.
When everybody started getting a trophy.
Yes, there's that. There is that. Everyone gets a damn trophy.
I think we should treat rioters like that. Was it the Polish video where he just blasted a dude with a beanbag gun from point blank?
Yeah, yes, I've seen that. So, was it Polish?
I think it was Polish. I'm gonna find it real quick.
So there was a video that we kind of passed around the staff this weekend. It was of a cop in riot gear. It definitely wasn't a U.S. cop. I'm thinking it was a European cop. And they're walking down maybe like an alleyway, like a big kind of alleyway. And there was these thugs or hooligans or whatever, protesters about to make trouble. So you see on the video, the cop walks, and then this protester comes up. It looks like a teenager, maybe a 19 or a young 20-year-old kid. Comes up, pushes the cop. The cop just, without hesitating, turns around and shoots his beanbag gun and just blows his kid back. It was the best thing ever. Because the cop didn't hesitate, and it taught the kid his freaking lesson. Like, don't mess with the cops, man. Like, the cop weren't doing shit to you. Just let him carry on walking. I mean, you want to entice them, then you deserve to get what you get.
I mean, I haven't been ever said that I was the smartest person in the world. But if a cop has a gun, or if anybody has a gun, I'm not going to go push them and expect something not to happen.
Well, that's what I said, I think it was on Friday. I said, cops should start bringing, or the National Guard or whoever, should start bringing rubber bullets and beanbag guns to these riots and stuff, and just start shooting people. Like, if they are targeted as being violent, like, and I say targeted, I mean, if if they are seen to be violent or breaking the law in a violent manner, such as, you know, breaking windows, looting, crap like that, then just pow, just pop them with rubber bullets or bean bags and put them down. I mean, they're going to learn their lesson in one or two ways. That brings me to, man, some shit I read, and I still can't get over this thing. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. So the Charlotte protests, everyone knows kind of what went down there and how the protests turned into riots and just got stupid. Well, it just got even stupider because the Charlotte protesters have made a list of demands. Wow. This article is coming from bluelivesmatter.blue. Yeah, which I guess is a pro-law enforcement website. But it says, the past week has been a straight mess. Betty Shelby shot Terrence Crutcher in Tulsa, and charges were filed before the investigation were complete. And then people went crazy because one of the helicopter crew members said that he looks like a bad dude, and then all that kind of mess. Well, a follower of the Blue Lives Matter.blue Facebook page sent them a picture of a list of demands from a group called Charlotte Uprising. And they said they honestly thought it was a joke until they took a look at their website. So I guess Charlotte Uprising legitimately has a website. So yeah, this thing isn't even a joke. It's for real. So Eddie wants to know if we're only doing Facebook Live. No, we should be on the YouTubes. Oh, good call, Eddie. Good call. And now we're connected to the airwaves. Holy shit. It's Monday. What can I say? So everyone that's listening from their mobile device and not on Facebook Live or YouTube, welcome. It's Monday and I jack shit up. So onwards and upwards, this Carolina Uprising, or Charlotte Uprising, their list of demands include, number 1, the immediate end to the state of emergency, curfew, and removal of the National Guard. Contrary to what you may think, so I'm going to read the actual demand, and then underneath there's like a little excerpt, I guess from the guys from the website, which kind of makes sense. I mean, I couldn't put it any better myself. So they go on to say, contrary to what you may think, the National Guard isn't activated just because you're bored. They normally reserve mobilization for natural disasters, like when thousands of homes are destroyed and hundreds of people are displaced from floods. But unfortunately, because a bunch of overgrown children threw a temper tantrum before waiting for a thorough investigation and the release of solid evidence, they have to come babysit Charlotte. Like I said, I couldn't say it any better myself. Number 2 on the list of demands, the immediate demilitarization of the police department and the immediate return of all military equipment. And we're going to assume that you're talking about the riot gear. Again, that wouldn't be necessary if people didn't throw cinder blocks at police and destroy millions in property. I mean, go figure. They want to protest however they want. It's like Baltimore all over again. Essentially, they're butthurt because they can't be like Baltimore and tear the city down. Number 3, defunding of the police department and the direction of those resources to the needs of our community, including resources for jobs, programs, affordable quality housing, transportation, holistic health, and quality schools. Well, my thoughts before reading the excerpt is they're definitely going to need funding, because if they take the cops away, then these idiots are just going to trash even more crap. So they're going to need more money to rebuild all that stuff. But it says, I'm pretty sure that you don't like how police are trained right now, correct? You're probably also not a big fan of people breaking into your house and taking your things. Defunding the police department means that there will be less officers on the streets. It also means that those officers would lose valuable training money. Man. It's kind of common sense here. I don't know what kind of mind frame these people were in when they were making these demands. And how are they even in a position to make demands? Like that in itself blows my mind. Number 4, an independent investigation into the killing of Keith L. Scott, and an investigation into the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department by the Department of Justice, and a freeze on nearly $1.5 million awarded in federal grants annually to the department. The North Carolina Bureau of Investigation is already investigating. Again, taking away police department grants takes officers off the streets and takes money from valuable training. Man, these people. Number 5 on the list. A release of the police report and body camera footage connected with the killing of Keith L. Scott and all other killings to the public, an immediate repeal of House Bill 972, which restricts the ability of the public to access police body camera footage. They've already released it all. The dude had a gun. The officers told him to drop it several times. He refused and was shot. Simple. Number 6, the unconditional release. Get this shit. This is like the others. Okay, so it's kind of going somewhere. But if on the off chance you thought they were insane, crazy, freaking demands, you ain't heard nothing yet. Get a load of this. Number 6, the immediate and unconditional release of all those arrested in connection with the uprising resulting from the killing of Keith L. Scott and dropping of all charges. I'm speechless. I got nothing. How about
let me get right on that.
Yeah, how about you idiots take responsibility for your own freaking actions? Where you may have been out there to protest, no one made you terrorize those people or businesses. Nobody made you tear shit up. Nobody made you break the law. How about you take accountability for your own freaking actions? Man.
Nobody made you try to throw the knocked out reporter onto the fire.
I know, right? Nobody made you shoot another protester. Like, man, these freaking people.
Did you see that meme, Pi?
Which one?
The one about, it said a black man shot another black man at a protest, protesting a black man shooting a black man.
Yeah, I mean, that pretty much says it all. I mean, how freaking ridiculous is this crap? Man. Number 7 on the list. It just gets dumber and dumber from here, folks. The release of all the names of the officers involved in the killing of Keith L. Scott to the public, followed by their firing, arrest, and prosecution. So the article kind of says, they released the names of the officer that fired the shots. I don't see them firing, arresting, and prosecuting officers that shot an armed felon who was given a dozen chances to drop his gun. Well, that's true. Like, if there's an armed felon, and I'm pretty sure, I'm not a law expert, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a cop, but I'm pretty sure if you're a convicted felon, or was a convicted felon, or however you want to put it, if you have some type of felony conviction, you are not allowed to own or carry or have in your person a firearm.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
So there you go. That's just a felony on its own. So yeah, you're pretty much screwed. So that's your own fault. Number 8. I told you, it just gets dumber from here. Yeah, I can't say this word properly. Reparations for the family of Keith L. Scott and all victims of police violence, as well as the families of those who have been killed. Yeah, I mean, you might as well. Everyone else is getting money for dumb crap, right? So why not? Why not just give these people money? Here's an idea. From the money you save taking all the cops off the streets and all the training that they're not going to be doing, how about you use that money to build up the community that you just tore down, and then whatever's left, then give the families money, right? I mean, that would be the logical thing to do, right? Idiots.
That's too easy and too logical, Pi. You can't just let these people have logic.
Idiots. It gets better. It gets better. Number 9. Community control of the police, starting with the creation of a civilian oversight board that has the power to hire and fire officers, determine disciplinary actions, as well as dictate police policies, priorities, and budgets. The board shall not include police representation and will be controlled by communities most impacted by policing and incarceration in Charlotte. Yeah, so let's put a whole bunch of people that know absolutely nothing about policing or police policies on a board that controls policing and police policies. I tell you what, while we're at it, let's take out all the lawmakers that know stuff about making laws and just put in random people that laws are affected by. And then let's take out all the people that make the rules and regulations for the FAA and just put in random passengers. So if you fly a plane, you're eligible to be on this board, and you can make up the rules and regulations for aircraft. Yeah. That sounds good to me.
That sounds like a great plan. I mean,
yeah. You know, when
take away that speeding law that gives you tickets for speeding, take that one out. We don't need it. Go as fast as you want. Kill people. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. It sounds like a great plan. Let's go ahead and do that. You know what? Put that down on paper so when we end up in the White House, we can enact that as one of our first laws.
Putting it on a sticky note right now.
Yeah. You know, we should actually make a petition because none of us actually have any solid ground to be qualified to be in the White House. But that in itself should qualify us to be in the White House. So let's do a petition and petition that we, the WTF Nation, end up in the White House because we have no knowledge of what's required to be in a White House. So therefore, we should be in a White House. Boom, done. We the people. There we go. We'll throw it up on that website. There, golden. So give it a couple of months.
I would do that, but the two people that are running for the White House have no purpose to be in the White House.
Come on. Good point. So there, that may come true. Oh, man. Number 10. An end to the repression and targeting of protesters and all those engaged in the Charlotte uprising. The article goes on to say there were plenty of peaceful protesters that the police weren't worrying about. Perhaps, and this is just a thought, if some protesters didn't try to drag a journalist into a fire, then they wouldn't be targeting protesters. The police weren't repressing peaceful protesters. They were repressing the idiots that were destroying Charlotte. The article's final thoughts, I guess it's kind of like Jerry's final thoughts. Terrorists and bank robbers are the only people that make lists of demands. How about instead of making demands, you go volunteer for one of the many peaceful organizations of your solidarity page. Go on a ride along with a police officer to experience it firsthand. I mean, it's true. That always kind of brings me back to, I guess, when this whole Black Lives Matter crap started. I think it was a journalist who was really outspoken, anti-cop. You guys are too quick on the trigger, blah, blah, blah. So there was a sheriff's department that invited this journalist to their, like a training session. And it was a shoot or don't shoot scenario. And I think he went through like 3 or 4 different scenarios. And, they gave him like a little realistic gun, a paintball gun or some shit. And they put him in a scenario. And they said, all right, you choose, shoot or don't shoot. They threw him in a scenario. And I think the first scenario, he died. And because of that straight away changed his mentality. And every scenario after, he shot the person, whether they had a firearm or not. And each time he said he felt he was in danger. Right there, like, unless you've been in the situation, you don't know how you would react. And most people, most untrained people, are going to shoot. Cops, for the most part, are pretty well trained. And they're never just thrown into the situation, They get done with their training and shit, and then they end up with an experienced cop that they can learn from and experience different situations. And then once they pass the trainee test, and they're deemed as competent, then they get thrown out on their own. And then again, they carry on learning because now they don't have anyone with them, and they have to confront initially confront these situations on their own. So yeah, there you go. I mean, these people really need to go check out some of these police departments or sheriff's departments and see what they go through. Do a ride along. I mean, I don't know if that's a community program or not. I don't know if anyone can just go and contact the police department and say, hey, I want to do a ride along. I don't see why not, because, I mean, again, it's like a public service, public entity. So, yeah. But I think them scenario drills are pretty cool. I think more of these idiots need to go do that, if for no other reason, to experience the kind of stress that these situations put on law enforcement officers. But there you go.
I've been on a ride along with several police departments. You just go out and fill out an application. They give you a call back and say, hey, yeah, you can go on a ride along. I mean, you can't get out of the car. You just sit in the car whenever something big happens. You just sit in the passenger seat. But you really get to see what they go through on a daily basis.
Before I joined the Army, and in case anyone's wondering, yes, it was the U.S. Army, and yes, I'm a citizen. But anyway, before I joined the Army, a real good buddy of mine, he was a cop for a small town, I guess. So he wasn't like a city cop where he had all this like rules and all that bullshit. He was kind of like a town cop. I think it was like maybe 2 cops on duty at any one time, either 1 or 2. So it wasn't very big. And I was bored one day. I called him up. I was like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, nothing, I'm at work. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, nothing, I'm bored. He's like, oh, come meet me, and we just drive around the car all day. So, all right, cool. So I drove out to where he was working at, parked, and we had coffee and donuts, and then we jumped in the cruiser, and we just kind of drove around. Like, it didn't really do much because it's a small town, and it was the middle of the day, so nothing was really happening. But we just kind of drove around and bullshit. And then he I guess, he showed me what cops do, I guess. And it's sit at an intersection and just wait for cars to go by. Just, speed trapping them, I guess. And like, he was in plain view. He wasn't breaking any kind of laws. He wasn't hidden up in the bushes or anything like that. And he was just radar gunning these cars as they went by. And I think the road was like maybe 40, and there was a car that was like doing 60, 63, some shit like that. It was like far enough over the limit where they should get a ticket. And we just sat there. He's like, "Yeah, that's the one," and just sat there. And like, okay, are we gonna go or like, what's the deal? How does this shit work? He's like, "Oh, we're going in a minute." And he just kind of sat there, and he slowly put his radar gun away. He checked his phone, and then he started up the car, like all real slow and shit. And by slow, I mean there was probably a good 2 to 3 minutes. Now, 2 to 3 minutes doesn't sound that long, but when you're sitting there getting ready to do something, 2 or 3 minutes is a long freaking time. And I'm sitting there expecting us to go like chase after this guy or some shit, because I've never been on a ride long before. And we're just sitting there and sitting there and sitting there. And he's like, "Okay, time to go." So he flicks on the lights, starts up the siren, and takes off. Just like, whoom, down the road. And holy shit, we probably drove for a solid minute and a half, until we finally caught up with this guy. And, man, I would say it's maybe 2 miles away. Like, the guy was gone. So it was pretty cool, like zooming down the road in his cop car. And then like he pulled him over. He's like, "All right, just I was in the front seat." He's like, "All right, just sit there, just don't get out of the car." And I just sat there, chilled. He went up, got his shit, come back, checked all his shit out, and that was it. Just gave him a ticket, and that was it. It was a done deal. But it was pretty cool, just sitting there, just waiting. Like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden just took off. That was a highlight of my day that day.
That's one thing, dude. Just drive fast in a cop car is about one of the funnest things. But
yeah, it was fun. It was a weird experience as well. It was adrenaline pumping, and I don't know if it's because it was my first time in a cop car. Well, in the front seat of a cop car.
I was about to say, you were in the back seat once.
Yeah, I don't know if it was because of my first time in the front seat. I don't know if it was because of like the whole car chase type thing. But I know it was an adrenaline rush. So I can only imagine. I mean, I'm sure no matter how experienced of a cop you are, there's still times where you get that adrenaline rush, especially on like a car chase or something like that. So I can only imagine that after the initial chase or the initial stop or whatever the case may be, that your heart is still pumping. So, I mean, the amount of control you have to have and be able to still think through that. I mean, these guys and gals have a hard job.
Oh man, that adrenaline never goes away.
Really?
When you have to drive fast and you're going to like a hot call, hell no, the adrenaline's always there. You get the butterflies in your stomach, you're just ready to go, and then once everything's over, you get really, really tired.
I bet. That'd be awesome. I think maybe I've only kind of maybe wanted to be a cop like once or twice. I wanted to be a firefighter more than a cop. And now my body's all jacked up. I can't do either. But yeah, I don't know. I've never. I mean, I guess just the whole rush. I guess I'm an adrenaline junkie. I always wanted to do them type of jobs. But yeah. All right, boys and girls. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick music break. I got to refill my cup of coffee. And when we come back, we're going to play Do You Even America, Bro? For your chance to win a WTF Nation Radio sticker. How about that? So give us a few minutes. Blah, 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 blah. And yeah, and we'll be right back.
Yo, 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 it is me, Soldier Hall with Redcon 1 Music Group, and you listening to Rounds Down, Range Reloaded.
Redcon 1 Music.
I never said I got a bronze star, silver or purple heart. I mentioned how I served in wartime and I play my part. If I said it, I seen it. If I wrote it, I done it. Y'all can take it however you want it. Try to assassinate my character, lying about me. Telling people I ain't leave the FOB. You was a tower guard, Navarro. How you speaking on me? Me and my dudes ran the Amazon, we ran them streets. Was in the magazine by the WWP. They Garcia on the net, also lying through teeth. They all pose as a homie, but fake like the rest. They all hate my success. They all hate that I'm blessed. I guess they hate that I shine, cause they shine real dim. So they figure out I'm gon' hate on him, but I'm a bubble regardless. Can't stop my shine, so I'ma light up the darkness on the 4th of July. Can't stop my shine, I'ma rise like the sun do. Outshine haters just like I am taught to. Hate all you want, y'all, I don't care. Y'all want their name, see it posted everywhere. Stop my shine, I'ma rise like the sun do. Outshine haters just like I am taught to. Hate all you want, y'all, I don't care. Y'all want their name, see it posted everywhere.
I shine through all the fake ones that knock that. Fact that I rap with the same ones that top that. JSP and Jack moves, don't front if you bought that. Got me in my inbox saying I'm whack. You really want your spot back? Affiliated with who? Them dudes that you paid for a verse. I still don't know which one of you bitches hit me with your purse. You're irrelevant. That's it. Nothing else. Past since I dipped away, I've been hitting them charts ever since.
I'ma rise like the sun do, ashamed what it's come to. Battle raps is my art of war, like Sun Tzu. Matter of fact, boy, I know what haunts you. Think y'all do what you can do, but we do what we want to. Yeah, they dream real big, but it's imminent. A big dream they dream, we don't dream it, we live in it. Middle finger to the haters, sit on it. Soldier hearts to kill them, honestly, I'm considering it. Stop my shine, I'ma rise like the sun do. Outshine haters just like I am taught to. Hate all you want, y'all, I don't care. Y'all want their name, see it posted everywhere. Stop my shine, I'ma rise like the sun do. Outshine haters just like I am taught to. Hate all you want, y'all, I don't care. Y'all want their name, see it posted everywhere.
Shining like the sun in the night, the moon. We on fire on the rise like hot air balloons. You can't stop this and we won't stop no time soon. We be hotter than June afternoon. That's my platoon. With the tip of the spear, I'm about to throw the harpoon at you hating buffoons. I am so sincere. They be talking around, I know they hard pump feel. News flash every 365 is out here.
I hear 'em talking in the phone, language y'all born. Never get the reply, keep moving on. No, I don't understand, nor do I wanna try. I'm too busy working on these statements to testify. Trying to get the facts right, giving you the facts alike. I see eye to eye, you'd have to join me at the site. Thinking you original, now you ain't the prototype. You couldn't slow this much flow in a terrible
Can't
fight.
stop our shine, I'ma rise like the sun do. Outshine haters just like I am taught to. Hate all you want, y'all, I don't care. Y'all want their name, see it posted everywhere. Stop my shine, I'ma rise like the sun do. Outshine haters just like I am taught to. Hate all you want, y'all, I don't care. Y'all want their name, see it posted everywhere.
Redcon 1 Music.
They do not like when I'm back on my grind, cause they know how I kill it. I could just stop and freestyle all my lines and I still would be illin'. I tell all my people it's nothing, don't worry, it's IGY6. I got your back, this is more than a rap, it's a Redcon 1 hit. I do all I can for the veteran nation, it's IGY6, don't have time to vacation. It's 2016 and we better than ever. Told Soldier it's nothing, they not on my level. My team staying ready for any endeavor. We burn them and spit flame and melt them like cheddar. I promise I got you, just give me a shout. Show them what Redcon 1 is all about. I got your 6. We see things at shows and we stop to take pics. We do not care for the glamour and glitz. All we know is our code and that's IGY6. I got your 6. All that I know is that That IGY6, I got your 6. To the Redcon 1 family, I got your 6.
Some people don't understand why do we rise. It's IGY6, yeah, that's how we survive. Pill out the pill that we pop from the VA. Pop in the CD, no more pills, yeah, press play. I got your 6 till all of us die. I got your 6 till life expires. Look in the eyes, you can see that we hurtin'. It's IGY6, though the people stay lurking. Move from the ledge, take my hand, I will lead you. Tell you I need you and I will not leave you. I got your 6, they don't understand. They don't comprehend, we don't understand them. The bond that we built and the blood that we spilled. The tears that we cried when the battle was killed. The life that we had, now we home lost. It's IGY6 just like Christ on the cross.
I got your 6. We see things at shows and we stop to take pics. We do not care for the glamour and glitz. All we know is our code and that's IGY6. IGY6. I got your 6. All that I know is that IGY6. I got your 6. To the Redcon 1 family, I got your 6. IGY6, look it up, it's a movement. We always go hard when we do what we do. And this Redcon 1 music is starting to blow. Now we killing these features and killing these shows. We do what we do for the people like us, the ones who have fought overseas and shed blood. We gotta keep going, there's no other option. It says that in this age, you know that it's poppin'.
You have a problem, it's IGY6. It doesn't matter how big the risk is. See them all low, then we elevate them. See them at shows, then we stop to take pics. I got your back up, yeah, I got your 6. It's IGY6 with a bag full of tricks. We gotta keep going, there's no other option. It's SH&S dot, you know that it's poppin'.
I got your 6. We see things at shows and we stop to take pics. We do not care for the glamour and glitz. All we know is our code and that's IGY6. IGY6. I got your 6. All that I know is that IGY6. I got your 6. To the Redcon 1 family, I got your 6. I got your 6. IGY6. I got your 6. To the Redcon 1 family, I got your 6.
Welcome back, everybody. That was Redcon 1. And I got your 6, as well as... I can't remember the first name. The first song. But go check them out. Redcon 1 Music Group. They're they're all veterans, all musicians. They started their own genre of music, I guess. It's called warfighter music. And essentially, they do the hippity-hop rap type thing. But it's all about experiences in the military, especially like downrange and stuff like that. Great group of guys, do great things for the community. So definitely go check them out. If you want to listen to some of their stuff, go to the YouTubes and just type in Redcon 1 Music Group. And they got crap all over the place. If you want to go support them, you can download their some of their stuff on iTunes. If you're not an Apple geek, then Google it. I know their website, I think it's redcon1musicgroup.com. You can buy stuff from there as well. But yeah, definitely go check them guys out. Great group of guys, do great things for the community. Oh, I got like, not a hiccups, but like just gas in my chest, not even my stomach. Oh man. So, as promised, do you even America, bro? It's that time of the day, and it's Monday, so maybe that's why you guys have a hard time with this stuff, because it's Monday. Your brain's still in weekend mode. So if you want your chance to win a WTF Nation Radio sticker, then give us a call at 415-889-8367. 415-889-8367. Now, these questions, Bobby put these questions together. And to be honest, I haven't even looked at them because we were running late and just so much going on. Okay. I think I would probably screw up maybe 2 or 3 of these things.
Well, I got him from a Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader quiz.
Well, I guess I'm not smarter than a 5th grader.
Oh, I didn't know half the answers when I saw the question. I was like,
yeah.
What?
Wow. 415-889-8367. Yeah. It's I don't know. I don't think I would get them. Like, if I played by the same rules that we play by, I don't think I'd get them. So, in case you don't know the rules, here they are. I ask you a series of questions, 5 in total. But if you get a question wrong, that is it. You don't move on to the next question. If you do get the question correct, then we move on to the next one until you answer all 5 correct, and then you win the sticker. Like I said, if at any time you get an incorrect answer, that's the end of the game for you. So if you guys want to play, give me a call, 415-889-8367. Yeah, it's easy-ish questions, I guess. Easy-ish. Yeah, I don't know.
And you,
Oh, I think the phones are going crazy again. WTF Nation Radio, do you even America, bro?
I do.
Alrighty. Let's get it on. Question number 1. What's your name, first of all?
It's me, Vince.
Oh, Vince. Man, you sounding kind of weird. Alrighty, here we go. Question number 1. What president succeeded Abraham Lincoln when he was assassinated?
Fuck.
no, fuck did not succeed him.
Jackson.
Who's Jackson?
Andrew.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, bro. You're wrong.
Damn it.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling, Vince.
All right, later.
Better luck
Later,
next time. Yeah. So there you go. Not that guy. And if you guys want like tips on how to play the game, just listen to the caller before you. You'll know if they got the question right or wrong, and then just use that. I don't know. So give me a call, 415-889-8367. Vince obviously doesn't America too well. So I don't know. Hit the history books again, Vince. So while we are waiting for callers, Blobby, it's going to be your job to kind of interject every now and then and remind people, 415-889-8367, for their chance to win a sticker.
Okay.
I got a dumb story here for you guys. I always like to do dumb stories.
They're the best stories to read.
I know, right? Oh, here we go. WTF Nation Radio, do you even America, bro?
I totally America, bro.
All right, what's your first name, brother?
Kevin.
All right, Kevin, here we go. Question number 1. What president succeeded Abraham Lincoln when he was assassinated?
Andrew Johnson.
There we go. Question number 2. In what city was the Declaration of Independence signed?
Philadelphia.
All righty. Question number 3. What was the first major battle of the Civil War?
Oh, it's gonna come to me. Hold on. I think this is wrong, but I'm gonna say Gettysburg.
Ah, you're wrong, brother.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I should have known that one.
Well, I appreciate you calling, man. Better luck next time.
All right, appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thanks, you too. Man, I thought he was going to take it. I thought, like...
So did I.
Oh, shit. He was so confident in his answers. He was getting them. Oh, shit. But to be honest, that was one that would definitely fuck me up. There you go. So if you guys want your chance to win a WTF Nation Radio sticker, give us a call, 415-889-8367. You've already got half the answers. Well, kind of. Like 2.5 of them. Yeah.
That's half.
Yeah. This is close enough.
It's Monday.
Yeah.
We don't math.
Yeah. 90% of people can't do percentages anyway. Is that how it goes? I don't even think that's how it goes. I hate Mondays. I hate Mondays.
Oh, yeah.
So, since we was speaking of Walmart and cakes and stuff like that, oh my gosh, a dissatisfied customer drop-kicked a custom-made cake across a grocery store. She was angry at the way her custom-made cake turned out. A Michigan woman drop-kicked the cake. Witnesses say that while sending... pause on the cake. WTF Nation Radio, do you even America, bro?
Oh, yeah. What's up, buddy? Cue up.
Hey, what's up, brother? All right, here we go. Question number 1. What president succeeded Abraham Lincoln when he was assassinated?
Andrew Johnson.
All righty. Question number 2. In what city was the Declaration of Independence signed?
Philadelphia.
All right.
Orange.
Question number 3. What was the first major battle of the Civil War?
Bull Run.
All righty. The Battle of Bull Run. When did the fighting of when did the fighting of the War of 1812 end?
You want like a date or a year?
Give me the year.
1814?
Oh, you're wrong, brother. You're wrong. So close.
Oh, son of a nipple.
Yeah, so close. I appreciate calling in, brother. You have a good day.
All right. You guys have a good day.
Man, so close. So close.
He was.
WTF Nation Radio. Do you even America, bro?
I'm gonna try.
All right. We got Broette.
Broette.
What's your first name, my dear?
Leanne.
Leanne? All right, let's do this. Question number 1. What president succeeded Abraham Lincoln when he was assassinated?
Andrew Johnson.
In what city was the Declaration of Independence signed?
Philadelphia.
What was the first major battle of the Civil War?
Battle of Bull Run.
When did the fighting of the War of 1812 end?
When did it end?
Yeah, when did the fighting of the War of 1812 end?
1815.
Alrighty. What is the name of the deadliest battle in U.S. history?
Battle of Da Nang.
The Battle of what?
Da Nang.
Oh, I'm sorry. So close. So close.
Alrighty.
I appreciate it, Leanne. Thank you, my dear. You have a good day.
Thanks,
Bye.
Leanne.
Man, that was the last question.
So close.
Hey, Bobby, Charlie's calling you out. They said the treaty was signed December 24th, 1814, ending the War of 1812.
Yes, the war did end, but the fighting of the war did not.
Kind of like the Iraq War, where they said, hey, it's no longer a war, but we're still over there fucking fighting that bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't ask when the war ended. I just wanted to know when the fighting stopped.
All right, there you go, guys and girls. Last question. That's it. Leanne got all the way to the last question. So this should be pretty easy for you guys. And I think I would probably get this question since, I'm not going to give it away. But this is one I would probably get. So give me a call, 415-889-8367. Come on, guys. It's only a phone call. These are questions you guys should know. Is this going to be another 45-minute until we get a winner type deal?
It could be.
Could be. Oh. All right. So, here we go. WTF Nation Radio. Do you even America, bro?
Close.
What's your first name, brother?
Howie.
Oh, Howie. All right, man. All right, let's do it. What president succeeded Abraham Lincoln when he was assassinated?
Andrew Johnson.
In what city was the Declaration of Independence signed?
Philly or Philadelphia.
What was the first major battle of the Civil War?
Bull Run.
When did the fighting of the War 1812 end?
1815.
What is the name of the deadliest battle in U.S. history? You should know this because you were there.
It was the Battle of Spotsylvania.
No!
No.
No, you got it wrong, brother.
Chickamauga?
I can't say. You've already given your answer.
Oh, dude, it's the deadliest. It's got 4 million. Chickamauga had was it 4,000? And shit. Okay,
I appreciate it, Howie.
I damn near made it though.
Yeah, nearly.
Second week in a row. Okay.
All right, you have a good day, man.
Bye.
Man, so close, so close, so close.
What battle was he talking about where 4 million people died?
I don't know. Right, so what I'm doing right now is kind of fact checking this shit, Bobby. All right, so Chickamauga, what Howie was talking about, there was just under 4,000 troops killed.
4,000 U.S. troops?
Oh, yes. There was 1,657 Union troops and 2,312 Confederate troops. I see what you're saying. I see where this is going. So, all right. So put to spotlight this a little bit more. It's not the overall U.S. plus enemy troops. It's the U.S. troop count. That's what matters.
Either way, it's still, Howie was still wrong.
Yeah. But the U.S. troop count. So think about it, guys. It's U.S. history. We're not talking world history. We're talking U.S. history. Now, I know some world history is U.S. history, but it was kind of a hint for you guys. U.S. history.
I will even give you another hint. Over 7,000 U.S. troops died in this one battle.
WTF Nation Radio, do you even America, bro?
Yeah, I do.
What's your name, my dear?
My name is Charlie.
All right, Charlie, let's do it. Question number 1. What president succeeded Abraham Lincoln when he was assassinated?
Andrew Johnson.
In what city was the declaration, oh my gosh, I can't, that word, of independence signed?
Philadelphia.
What was the first major battle of the Civil War?
The Bull Run.
When did the fighting of the War of 1812 end?
1815.
And last question, what is the name of the deadliest battle in U.S. history?
Wouldn't that be the Civil War?
Well, that was a war, but give me a battle.
Spotsylvania.
Oh, you're wrong, my dear. I'm sorry.
Well, Spotsylvania is a Union and Confederate strip, so it's still the U.S.
Yes, I fact checked this answer, and yeah, that's wrong. Like, this particular battle is the most deadliest. It's got like 7,000 and something U.S. Troop casualties.
Okay.
You have a good day, my dear. I appreciate you calling in. Damn. Come on, guys. Just think of the most famous U.S. battle you can think of. And I help you out even more. It was fought on U.S. soil, like here in the U.S. WTF Nation Radio, do you even America, bro?
Yes.
What's your name, my dear?
Beverly. Hey, on the last question, is that the deadliest or the most bloody war in U.S. history or on U.S. soil?
The question, as it came from Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, it says the deadliest.
Okay.
All right,
okay,
let's start off with question number 1 first, because we got to get to number 5. So,
okay.
What president succeeded Abraham Lincoln when he was assassinated?
Andrew Johnson.
In what city was the Declaration of Independence signed?
Philadelphia.
What was the first major battle of the Civil War?
Bull Run.
When did the fighting of the War of 1812 end?
1815.
And what is the name of the deadliest battle in U.S. history?
Battle of Gettysburg.
There we go.
There we go.
Internet high five. Yeah, good job.
High five back at you, brother.
Hell yeah. Yeah, the Battle of Gettysburg has over 7,000 U.S. casualties, which makes it the deadliest. Now, there is the Battle of Okinawa that has, I think, 11,000 or something. But that is also including the Japanese casualties. So that isn't, if you just break that particular one for U.S. troops, it's lower than the Battle of Gettysburg.
Right.
Alrighty, my dear. So what I want you to do is head on over to the WTF Nation Radio Facebook page and send us your name as well as your mailing address and which sticker you want us to send you. Now, you can go see the stickers over at WTFNationRadio.com. If you go there and click on the store, there's a bunch of stickers you can choose from. Don't buy any. Just pick the one you want, and when you send us a message, just let us know.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate it, my dear. Congratulations. Thank you for playing.
Thank you. Thank you. I enjoy your show very much.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for listening.
Okay.
You have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was pretty cool. We finally got there. I like this, Bobby. I like it. Yeah. It's I like the fact that everyone's constantly fact-checking these answers. Like, whoa, no, that's wrong. This is the one. But yeah, it is. Battle of Gettysburg is the deadliest. So there you go, boys and girls. There you go. Yeah, good job, Bobby.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Man,
I'll get questions for next week off a different site.
Yeah, what we're going to have to do is like completely fact check these questions beforehand. I know today was kind of rushed. But yeah. Man, so I lost the cake article in the excitement. I don't know what I've done with it. So let's just, I guess, move on to some relevant news. Bobby, do you know what white phosphorus is?
It's that shit that burns, and if you get it on you, you're pretty much fucked.
Yes. So white phosphorus is the stuff that is used in flares. So when they shoot the flare up and it like brightens up the whole night sky, that's powder, that stuff, phosphorus, burns an insane heat. It's like thousands of degrees. They used to use them in grenades. You used to have, white phos, like grenades, phosphorus grenades. Now, I know for at least Pyland, they stopped using them. Like it was against the Geneva Convention after the Falklands War. So if you don't know what the Falklands War was, England owned Argentina owned the Falkland Islands, and then England, as England does, went and said, hey, we're taking this from you. Now this is under British rule. I can't remember the date. It was, I think it was around 1982, like late 70s, early 80s. The Argentinians said, hey, we're taking our island back. Now, there is nothing on this thing, like nothing. There's maybe a stone house. That's it. It's literally a freaking island. 1981. I was close. I said 82. So there's nothing on this thing, like literally nothing. There's like sheep and maybe a stone house. But the Argentinians said, hey, we're taking this thing back. So they put a whole bunch of like troops on there, and the Queen and her peoples said, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. We control it, so it's ours. So they sent a bunch of people over there, like the Royal Marine Commandos and some SAS and like some elite forces, and that was it. And they tore the Argentinians up, like annihilated them, like ridiculous. The battle was so freaking bad, and I guess the mindset of the British troops was ridiculous. So the Falkland Islands is all marshy ground. It's all kind of damp and wet and marshy. So there's no real, apart from the rubbly roads, there's no solid ground. So when the Brits would fire mortars, they needed stable ground to do it. And because it's all marsh, they didn't have any. So what they would do is freaking ridiculous. They would have their guys line up and put a foot under the base plate of the mortar and then fire off a mortar round. Yes, it shattered their foot. Then they would replace that foot with their other foot, put that under the base plate and fire off a round. And then that dude would be evac'd out and his war is over. And they would just continually freaking do this to be able to mortar the Argentinians. So the mortar rounds they used, some of them were phosphorus. Others were obviously HE. Now, when they would kind of fight in the trenches and all that kind of stuff, they had normal fragmentation grenades, but they also had white phosphorus grenades. And they would throw them in the trenches and would annihilate the trenches and the dudes. Like, you only need a drop of this on you and it will eat through your arm or your leg or whatever. The only way to put it out, apart from letting it burn out itself, is to submerge it underwater. Like, water stops the chemical reaction and it stops it from burning. But the second you take it out of water, it's going to start burning again. So, yeah, you're kind of screwed, really, if you ever get this stuff on you. This is the same stuff that if you're downrange and you have to evac and you have to leave your sensitive equipment there for whatever reason, that's the grenade you throw in to, like, annihilate it all, because you just can't recover crap from it. It just is what it is. So after the Falklands War, they seen like the devastation it does to people. They banned it from use because it was too inhumane. So phosphorus grenades had been banned since 1981, according to the Geneva Convention. Oh, now we got through that. The US are reportedly using white phosphorus munitions against Islamist militants in Iraq, despite widespread perception of the weapon as indiscriminate and able to cause horrific injuries to civilians. Images posted on the Pentagon-run public affairs website, DVIDS, shows a U.S. Army artillery unit firing white phosphorus munitions in Iraq. And it was identified by the Washington Post as the M825A1 155mm shells. The M825A1 shells are generally used to create a smoke screen lasting up to 10 minutes, or make signals and markings for friendly troops. But when used indiscriminately in civilian populated areas, white phosphorus munitions can cause severe burns. Now, I hope I described it good enough leading up to this article. It doesn't just cause burns. Like, this will eat through your skin and bone. It's nasty. Coalition forces use these rounds with caution and always in accordance with the law of armed conflict. That's coming from Colonel Joseph Skroka, who's the public affairs director of the US-led coalition. He told the newspaper in an email. Now, let me back up a little bit. When I said this was banned in the Geneva Convention, I didn't mention it was only banned for use against troops. So you can still use it, you just can't use it against troops because of how inhumane it is. The colonel also goes on to say when M825A1 rounds are employed, they are also done, so in areas free of civilians and never against enemy forces. He added that the shells are being used for screening and signaling only. However, on Thursday, the spokesman for the US-led coalition in Iraq, Air Force Colonel John Dorian, somewhat revised Skrokas. Man, these freaking names. Why can't everyone have a normal name like Smith? Skrokas' statement claiming that the troops take all reasonable precautions to minimize the risk of incidental injury to non-combatants and damage to civilian structures. Dorian refused to elaborate on whether the US military have used white phosphorus shells against enemy forces, telling the Washington Post that the munitions had been used generally for the circumstances which I described. I generally follow the law, officer. Yeah. I generally do what you say. I generally do PT. I mean, come on. Wow. He added that the image posted on DVids has allegedly been taken during a US operation to support Kurdish fighters advance with artillery fire. The operation, called Evergreen 2, was focused on helping the Kurds secure the Gwen River Bridge near the northern Iraqi town of Gur, and the white phosphorus shells have been deployed to obscure Kurdish fighters' offensive. Although widely used by some militaries, the legality of the white phosphorus munitions remains questionable. Many weapons experts and rights groups believe the weapon is indiscriminate in nature and extremely dangerous for civilians. Someone goes to say white phosphorus is widely used in armies throughout the world, as well as air forces, to create smoke. In other words, to shield the movement of advancing or retreating friendly troops. It will burn on contact with air, and water won't put it out immediately. It can burn straight through the skin, straight through the bone, and cause horrific and very slow to heal injuries, including, of course, death. So there you go. Like I said, the only way to put this shit out through the training I had on white phos is through water. You need to submerge it in water. And like the article says, it doesn't go out immediately. It kind of fizzles out because the water breaks up the chemical reaction, so it has to kind of get in there. But yeah, that's the only way to stop it. And then once you've got the body part submerged underwater, then you have to almost like dig it out, because the tiniest bit still there, as soon as you bring it out from the water, it's going to start that chemical reaction again and start burning. But yeah, white
you have
phos,
to use like steel wool or something,
like a knife or something. Like it's ridiculous. Like white phos is no joke. That stuff is lethal. So, my personal opinion, I hear you ask, on should white phos be allowed to be used? And the chance of sounding controversial, which I really don't care. I think we should be able to use it. Get this. My personal opinion. War is war. And there should be no rules when it comes to war. Obviously, don't target civilians and all that type of stuff is a given. I got that. Yes, I'm not against that. I'm not arguing against that. I mean, force against force, enemy against enemy. There should be no rules. The object is to kill the dude, not to get close enough to where you can give him a hug. You're fighting to kill each other. I mean, that essentially is the definition of war. So one side wins, so they can triumph in the political arena of the idiots that rule the countries. That's essentially what happens. So you're going to use whatever equipment or technology is available to you to your advantage. Now, I get it. There's a lot of PTSD and stuff going around just from the way war is right now. So taking away some of these rules, may damage people even more, because you don't see, generally speaking, you don't see a burnt body or that's got like literal holes in the body through phosphorus grenades, or you don't see half a body or a quarter of a body because of phosphorus has eaten through it. And to see that would probably put or scar people even more than they already are, as well as some other rules that we're not allowed to do. But the end of the day, the idea of war is to eliminate the opposing force. Like that's the whole point of it. So the inhumane portion of it shouldn't exist. Like I've always had trouble understanding that. And if you've got an opinion on this and you think you could either A, make me understand it, or B, change my mind in some kind of way, or enlighten me, then feel free to do so. Give me a call at 415-889-8367. I've just always felt that a war is war. Like I said, the whole point is to eliminate the opposing force. And you do that by whichever means necessary. Now, I know the Geneva Convention has limitations on the actual fighting and war and all that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. Stuff you can do, stuff you can't do, things you can use, things you can't use. I completely agree that you shouldn't target civilians. I got all that part. Now, the whole taking prisoners and that type of stuff, I kind of flip-flop when it comes to certain things. All right, so first of all, you have the surrender flag, the white flag. Okay, if a dude wants to surrender, according to the Geneva Convention, you cannot harm him in any way. So the white flag is I guess the universal flag of surrender. And people, I mean, there's variations of it. There's like a white T-shirt or a brownish T-shirt. Whatever you've got handy, you make it look like a flag and you freaking wave it, essentially. And that's kind of the sign of surrender. Now, if you want to surrender, to me, it all depends on the timing of it. If you're in the middle of a battle and all of a sudden you yourself want to throw up a flag because you're like, hey, I quit, I want out, it doesn't really work that way. You as a person, even though you may have the right, and under the Geneva Convention, you can't shoot the dude, you got to take him captive. I would say still go shoot him. You as an individual cannot surrender during a freaking battle. Either your team, your element, your whatever, surrenders as a whole, or you don't surrender at all. I mean, you can't stop a battle to, trade one dude as a prisoner because he wants to surrender. But according to the Geneva Convention, you have to let him surrender. You can't shoot him. Timmy says, why does it have to be a white flag? Are they saying white is inferior? I don't know. I don't know the history on why it has to be a white flag. I would assume because white would be more prominent, as in being able to see it better.
It's a neutral color.
Yeah, non-threatening, or I'm not entirely sure, but that would be my guess. I would say go ahead, shoot the dude because he's an individual. Now, if the group as a whole wanted to surrender, then all right, fine. Yeah, we can do that. Obviously, no arms, no knives, no weapons of any kind. And if you try to then run or escape, you get shot. I don't think that's allowed either, because then you're breaking row, which is rules of engagement, because the dude's not armed. He's not firing upon you, so you can't shoot him. Yeah, if he's escaping, shoot him. End of story. That's my personal opinion. I mean, there's a lot of rules there that I don't agree with, because it's war. You could say the war or the battle ended once they surrender. Yeah, sure. But, I mean, what do you do when the dude escapes? What if they all then want to turn around and run away? Like, do you try and chase them down and tackle them? Like, it's ridiculous. So, me personally, I would say shoot them. But that's against the Geneva Convention. If they all decide to turn around and run away, you either chase them down or you let them. Like, that's no shit what you have to do. It's kind of stupid, really. But there you go. What's your thoughts on this, Bobby?
I could see the loopholes with it. Like if you take out that whole like the rule saying you just say don't engage civilians. Well, why'd you drop a nuke on Iraq? Well, I was engaging the enemy. It just happened to kill civilians. But yeah, I don't think there should be as many rules as there is, because it seems like everybody that we fight doesn't play by the rules. So why should we play by the rules?
You know, that's another thing. You know, back in the day, you know, you look at you know, World War One, World War Two, them type of conventional wars, where you know you faced off against your opponent. Yeah, I mean, a standard set of rules. Even that is kind of stupid because it doesn't make sense because it's war. But all right, fine. If you want to make certain freaking rules that everybody follows, okay, fine. Like if you capture a prisoner, you can't torture him. Okay, I get that. That's a fair rule. If I got captured, I wouldn't want to be tortured. Screw that. So you have an understanding that you don't torture your prisoners. Okay, fine. I got that. Good rule. Good rule. But in today's era, we're not fighting a conventional war. This is terrorists, essentially. And if you look around the world, like at some of the civil wars going on in countries, they're not conventional wars because you don't have one army against another army. It's people or groups that blend in with the civilian populace, that blend in with the environment. So you're not fighting one entity that, you know, stands up and says, we're the enemy. You're fighting shadows, essentially. So you can't fight a normal war with normal rules. Like I said, some rules should be in place. Like you cannot target civilians, regardless of whether terrorists are hiding there. If you want to target the place, then move all the civilians out and then target the place. So yeah, things like that there should be rules for that to ensure that the least amount of civilian casualties happen. But yeah, you can't fight an unconventional war with conventional war rules or tactics. It doesn't work like that. It just is what it is. Who created terrorists? People did. Now we can get into the back and forth of this government created it, or this superpower created it, or this particular person created it. No. At the end of the day, bottom line, a terrorist or terrorist organization furthers its cause through violence and fear. That's the definition of terrorism. So the second you want to turn to violence to further your core, you're a terrorist. It's that simple. If you want to fight a war, then fine. Then get a group of your buddies together and say, hey, we want to fight you guys. Don't run around in the shadows and try and do it, because now you're terrorists. You're like a...
And wear the same fucking uniform, damn it.
Right. And if you want to get really technical about it, like down to the bones of it all, the Revolutionary War. Technically, you could call the Americans that were fighting, you could call them terrorists, because they were a group of people that had an ideal or an agenda that turned against the powers that be, and they used violence to further their cause. So technically, you could call them terrorists. Now, this gets all into the semantics because, like jokingly, I always call the Revolutionary War a civil war, because you had the oh my gosh, you had the Americans, or what wasn't even classed as Americans. Help me out, Bobby. What's the word? The colonials. The
Minutemen.
There you go. The Minutemen. The people that lived in the U.S. Man, my brain's fried. So you had them people fighting against the government, which was the crown at the time. So whenever you have that type of scenario, that's called a civil war or a rebellion. So when you have one group fight against the power of that particular land, that's a civil war. I mean, straight out. Now, the only reason it wasn't called a civil war is because the people won. And that's why it's called a revolutionary war, because it was a revolution. If the Brits had won, it would have been called a civil war. So the outcome is what makes, I guess, what determines what type of war it is. So you can technically say terrorists are only terrorists during the time their cause is being fought. Once the cause has ended, I guess, by whichever side winning, then you can determine what type of cause or campaign or battle that ends up being. But during the time, they're terrorists, and they should be treated so. Especially when you start taking innocent people and civilians and start murdering them, like straight up murdering them, like ISIS does. ISIS has a stupid cause. Their cause is essentially, I don't even know what the fuck their cause is, like to convert people to Islam or some shit. But regardless, they go around and behead innocent people, like villagers, like Westerners, like whoever, women, children. They just straight up murder these people for no freaking reason. No reason whatsoever. So yeah, they are straight up terrorists. They have no cause. They're straight up terrorists. It is what it is. And each and every one of them need to be eradicated in either way. And it kind of always brings me back to that saying, do you sacrifice 1,000 to save 1,000,000? So, and by that I mean to eradicate them in whatever means possible, there will have to be some type of civilian casualties. So, do you call it for the greater good? Sacrifice them 1,000 innocent civilian casualties to save 1,000,000 more people? I don't know. That's where it comes into the whole semantics and I guess morals and all that kind of stuff. And to be honest, I'm kind of on the fence about that. Like, yeah, it sucks, but I mean, I think if it was done properly, I think I'd be all for it. To be honest. Because
I think that's what we should name the nuke that we're gonna drop on them shitheads. The greater good.
Yes, there we go. There's another "We the People" poll or petition.
And slap a fuck red leg sticker on the side of
it. Yes, as seen on the side of Colonel Admiral's Stryker and the bomb that eradicated ISIS.
That is such a good sales pitch right there.
I know, right? And you can get yours now, before it's famous, for a low price of $3. Boom.
Do you want a piece of history? Well, come on to WTFNationRadio.com and get you a fuck red leg sticker.
There we go. But yeah, I kind of went off into a bit of a rant there. I don't know. It's kind of got deep there for a second. But yeah, I mean, it's all. I think it's all relevant stuff that needs to be talked about and discussed, because without seriously considering that particular path, I don't think ISIS or the radicalism is ever going to go away. And I don't think whatever path we take to try and eliminate it, it's ever going to go away, because radical Islam's been around for centuries. It's just one of them things. It's just never going to happen, because people are going to be extremists in all kinds of things. Not just freaking Islam. I mean, shit. Look at some Christians. You have some crazy extremist Christians. So I mean, you get them for all types of religions, all walks of life, all types of beliefs. You get your crazy extremists. It is what it is. You're just going to need to work out the best way possible to handle the problem at hand, and to avoid creating future problems based off the way you handled the first problem. So I don't know. There we go. Maybe once we make it into the White House, we can yeah, we can come up with some stuff. I don't know. We need to start working on that,
slap
Bobby.
a sticker on every bomb.
There we go. Well, it's come to that time of the show, boys and girls, where we're coming to an end. So first and foremost, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and listening and watching. Without you guys, this show, this radio station wouldn't be possible. So thank you. Secondly, make sure you guys tune in tonight for the Monday edition with Redleg. That starts, as always, at 8 p.m. Eastern. And in case you didn't know, we have a show here every day of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as I said, always starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you can catch me here with for Liquid Lunch. Bobby's going to be here with me for at least the rest of the week. So you can catch me and Bobby on Wednesday and Friday. I'm trying to get a very, very, very special guest on the show on Friday night. That's about all I'm going to say about it because it's not locked in stone yet. So, yeah, I don't want to promise anything I can't deliver. But
still plan on being there on Friday because if he gets this guest, you will not want to miss it.
Yeah, this is huge. Like massive. I can't even talk. Like it's so big. Like this guest is huge. But I gotta lock it in, make sure it all happens. So yeah, that's definitely gonna be a show that you do not want to miss if I can make it happen. Let me see. So tonight we have the Monday edition. Tomorrow we have Drunk on a Tuesday with Raptor 7 and Stephen Hibbity Hobbs from Redcon 1. Then Wednesday we have WTF Wednesdays with Jim Beam, Raptor 6 and Raptor Nut. Thursdays we have Sun's Time with Ice and the crew. And then Friday Night Fuckery. And then Saturday is Saturday Night Free For All. I think Jim Beam is doing this Saturday. And then Sunday, we have The Green Room, which is our newest show. It's about essentially pro-marijuana or marijuana for medical use within the veteran community for PTSD, for chronic pain, for stuff like that. Last night's show was actually pretty good. The last night's show was their second show ever. I tuned in for the entire show. It was actually a pretty good show. So it's definitely a show that I'll be listening to on a regular basis. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you check that out next Sunday. They got some pretty good stuff going on. Have I missed anything, Bobby?
Isn't there something happening in October?
Oh, yes, of course. October 14th and 15th. Well, October 14th is the Freedom On Festival. And then October 15th is the poker run. So, it's going to be huge. You guys need to go check that out. For details on tickets and what's happening and all that kind of good stuff, go check out WTFNationRadio.com. The first thing you see there, just click on it. It gives you all the information about it. But you're going to have, assuming we survive there, All That Remains, Brian Sala from Atreyu. Got some other good bands there. Got Matt Bass, the cast from Range 15, Black Rifle Coffee Company. Got some gunslingers. Like all kind of people are going to be there, and it all goes towards a great cause. It all goes to benefit a military charity called the Fallen Angel Aviator Foundation. So go Googleize them and check them out. They do great things for our fallen aviators and their families. So huge event. And me, Redleg, and some of the other crew are going to be there. So yeah, I know D-Max is going to be there. So yeah, it'd be a good time. Yeah, go check out the website and the details. And yeah, hope to see you there. I think that's about it. I think we covered everything.
Yep, that's everything.
We are out of here, guys. If I don't see you tonight, we'll see you on Wednesday. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Well, that's all, folks. Hey, that's my line. Step aside, babe. Let a star do this. That's all! That's all, folks!
Can I go home now?